there, Studio Beers. I want to talk to you about endings and beginnings today. As we finish up 2023, the season lends itself to looking within as well as getting externally ready for your next transformation. Here in the US, we celebrate the holiday season often to excess, but also in tradition with many cultures around the world and across time. This is a season for looking within, deep reflection with the longer, colder nights and time to rest after busy planting, growing, harvesting seasons are done. It's a time to prepare for what comes next in our life. As we turn the calendar to a new year on January 1, it is the perfect time to start something new, as many do with New Year's resolutions every year. However, by February 14th, many of those are done with the big, bright, shiny goals they had. So this year, let's get you in the right gear to make sure your goals do not become another thing you drop in favor of easy, comfortable, or routine lifestyle, same old patterns. First, mindset gear. This is your psychology. Let's talk inspiration and motivation. Many of us struggle to maintain our motivation without passionate flow behind it. Sure, we can create a goal idea, get inspired by a great TikTok 2 minutes of our time, and actually do the thing at least once. But when it comes to really staying with it, when things really get tough, we need to make sure we feel passionate towards our goal. How do you stay passionate? You stay inspired. And you do this by manipulating your thoughts, your emotions, and your environment. Manipulating your thoughts becomes an exercise in clarity, getting really clear about what you want and why you want it. Naming something is very powerful. Name your goal, then name your why. What makes this so important? These two things, naming your goal and your why, keep you motivated during dull and boring times. One thing about motivation is it doesn't sustain very long on its own. It's built upon inspiration, which can come from internal or external sources. Motivation will wane over time, so you need to have a number of things at your fingertip to keep your inspiration strong. This is why your vision boards, post-it notes hidden around your house, goal lists hung up everywhere, so you can be reminded to focus, are powerful, powerful tools to get you to where you want to go. Second, we have to manage your emotions. They're just an intelligent system. However, they are fast and hijacking if you aren't aware of their expressions. If your emotions are aligned with your goal, it is a powerful combination to make them a reality. If they are not, you will derail in no time. Think about a time when you were joyfully committed to a goal. It was easy to do the hard work, wasn't it? Now think about a time when you hated it, that you needed to make something happen. It was awful. You may have met the goal, but it was a slog, it was boring, it was heavy, it was stressful, and full of negative experiences surrounding getting you to the project. If you think about a time you were happy or focused on this great thing you were going to do, only to be sidelined by a negative thought, which created a negative, deflated emotion within you. Maybe you found yourself suddenly with a bucket of the F-its, behaving in ways that were contraindicated to your goal. Happens to all of us. So it is critical that you manage your emotions well and enjoy reaching your goals. This is one of the biggest places my clients see transformational experiences is once they understand their emotional regulation skills, they are so much more powerful over their behavior, which in turn becomes more powerful over their success. Finally, the right mindset needs to be the right environment. We are not just creatures of internal existence. We exist in an environment, and we are constantly getting feedback from that external environment and translating that into our internal environmental shifts. So every thought, every emotion, every sensation you feel is your brain categorizing and processing and making sense of what's going on for you in this nervous system moment. Your brain and light speeds make decisions about the stimuli, and you are often running on patterned responses based on past learning. This is the basic premise behind psychotherapy. Learn your past learned patterns and change them. Easier said than done, but incredibly powerful to create the life you want. One way to manage these reactions is to manage what you allow in your space. These are things you consume. Think about what you take in through all of your senses, what you hear physically, what you see, what you feel, what you taste, what you touch. Along with your 5 senses, you also have spiritual senses, the limbic ability to resonate with other mammals, to understand the energy dynamics of a room or connect to the space you're already in. We are constantly in a state of somatic transference with the people and places around us, gathering information our brain is processing to respond to. Without consciousness of this problem, we just react based on past experiences, often without any understanding or awareness that we have lots of choices in each moment. To shift gears on this front, set your environment up to hold items that help you feel better, not just comfortable. If you know you don't want to eat junk food, don't have it around. If you know you don't want to feel angry when you listen to the news, don't listen to that news. If you find a particular person, music, food that irritates you, don't put yourself in places where you might have to engage with those things or limit the amount of time you are. The cleaner your environment, the better off you will be staying in the higher gear, moving towards your goals with more ease. Then we need our action gears. This is your behavior. This is also an interesting place for me to analyze in my clients. Why are you doing what you do? This is a burning question. I remember repeating it over and over and over as a kid. I always was so curious about why people acted the way they did. Now I know, but the answer is complicated, but so not super confusing. You do what you do because you've been taught to do it in one way or another, which can include the biology of you, which is fascinating. So to shift gears in your behavior, you first must be conscious of it. And in behavior therapy, we call that the ABCs: the antecedent or the trigger, the behavior or the belief itself, and the C, the consequence for that action or belief. For example, if I find myself just mindlessly eating the donut at work, then, and I think I'm worthless with no willpower, I'm not likely to feel confident in my ability to meet my balanced health goals effectively. So in this example, the trigger might have been a fight with my partner at home, the donut shop on the way to work, a box of them in the break room brought by a well-meaning coworker to offer something sweet to the people they love working with. There are all sorts of things that could trigger mindless eating. You have to be the detective in your own experience. What was the trigger? Then we have to examine the behavior and the beliefs. If I don't believe I have any willpower, or I'm not worth taking care of, or that healthy choices are boring or elitist, I am not going to be very successful sticking to my health eating goals in this situation. I also have to examine my behavior. Why I went to eating the donut rather than walking out of the break room, grabbing the healthy snack I brought to work, or fulfilling my hungry heart with social connection. The bottom line to the B's is that they're complicated, layered, and worth exploring. Only when you have awareness of your patterns will you be able to change them. I will tell you, although it might seem daunting, you are not alone, and change is 100% completely possible if you're willing to do the work. I see success in this department every day. Now, let's talk about the other gear you need to be successful. Logistical gear. This is the balanced life stuff. When we look at the gear we need to be successful in any change, there are often tangible items we need to make it work. I can't be a great biker without a bike. Running in winter might require decent shoes. In addition, we need to be honest about the time, effort, attention, and financial commitments we've already made and need to be accountable for. Gear in those departments might look like making sure I have a space at home to work out and finding a way to enjoy moving while my toddler bobs around me. It might look like asking for help and finding the right people for the help I need when I need it. Just like my car helps me get across town quicker than my feet, a person might be the gear that I need to help me attend a class that I've been interested in for my own personal growth and development. I know when I'm shifting my eating patterns, I am more successful when I sit down, create a meal plan, shopping list, make sure I go get those items, and these are critical to staying on my plan. The process of shifting gears from where I am now to where I want to be is about sitting down and getting the right things in my hands, which could be a kitchen gadget, a new apron, something to keep me inspired. Could be new shoes, new leggings, anything that will help me make my goal work well. It could be software or a special pen or paper I like to use that motivate me to do the prep work of crafting the plan. There are lots of ways to qualify what gear is to make sure that the goal I am after happens. As you consider your goal, gear becomes clearer. So be fearless when you pick your goal, steadfast on the path to getting there, and tenacious on the gears you need to shift to make your dream a reality. Good luck as we round out 2023 and start 2024. Create yourself. And as always, I know some of the topics I talked about might seem overwhelming, so reach out to us at Studio B. We're experts in our field, experienced in helping people just like you shift your goals, shift life gears, and take you where you want to go. Even if you're scared, worried, or confused about the next steps, we aren't. We've got your back and we're ready to help you. You can find us at studiob.life. Link is below, where you can check out our integrative psychology clinic, our programs, groups, and other resources like playlists, Pinterest boards, and blog posts to help you stay inspired. You might want to join our monthly newsletter for inspiration delivered straight to your inbox with action items you can work on all month to stay focused and aligned on your healthy path. If you'd like to learn a little bit more about me, you can find me at stacyRD.com. Here's to feeling vibrant and alive as we end and begin our yearly cycle and shift our lives to the new year. Be well.